Okay, we're back. As you can see, we're immune to orc sorcerers for the time being. So we're going to go in, and we're pretty much going to tab rock throw at these things. However, let's I'd like to save my magic mapping. So I'm just going to dig around a little bit. Because I'd like to finish out floor 1 before I go to floor 2, and we got a very tiny floor 1, you know, bifurcated. Or perhaps in more than 2 parts even. I guess we'll find out. Okay, the priest is dead. That means I can get right back to tabbing. Priest concerns me a little bit, you know, because of his higher level abilities. Okay, only 2 ways down, so we still haven't cleared out the rest of this. I bet it's off to the west, and it looks like my bet was correct. I just tabbed Nergal to death. Nice, we got an Etten. It's a very good reason to do your digging instead of trying to come up on these floors, because that Etten could have been next to the staircase by the time I came back up. And then what are you dealing with? You're dealing with over 100 damage potential, most likely. I guess I'd have to check to be sure, but here, let's look just for fun. Yeah, so 95 damage, or excuse me, just 90 damage plus 2 spike clubs. That's over 100. That's like 130-ish. Get the stone giant confused. And get him with some large rocks. Man, I love these ogres once they get in the swing of it. Once they get in the swing of things, they really, really get to work, and I love it. But it takes a little while to get there. We're there now, pretty much. But MR is, well, it's, racially speaking, it's better because you get 5 per level, but you're also denied gloves and boots. So, you know, if you happen to find an artifact, probably most importantly, you're denied body slots other than robes. So you could find an MR body armor that you just cannot wear as an ogre. Sort of relying on MR robes. The artifacts are not really a huge deal. I mean, gloves and boots can't have MR on them unless they're an artifact. Whoops. You know, and artifacts are pretty rare anyway, so it's not something I'd really lose sleep over. The body armor, though, that's something that you're pretty well guaranteed to find. Not guaranteed, but almost guaranteed to find. Assuming you can wear any body armor. You're probably going to find some plate of MR, or robes of MR, or possibly chainmail, something. And it's unfortunate when you miss out on that opportunity. It's not something we had to worry about this game. We found the MR robes pretty quickly, actually. We'll get healing and might, and enchant weapon. I'll mark down that robe as something I want. Hey, manual of shields. Well, we're buying that. Glad we didn't purchase the robe, because now we have manual shields, and it's just in time because we're going to take this guy to 15 very, very easily. Nice, only half a level because of that manual. Let's go to Elf. Oh, wow. Take these guys up. A lot of damage potential. Remember, we're not exactly omni-resistant here. I'm really only doing this because I can't be banished. Which, on the other hand, I don't know if I would care too much if I got banished in here. But there's a big loot pile here. That's always good. Ah, crap. Startella ring. It's no good. The big thing is that everything in here is relatively low hit dice. If you look at Deep Elf Sorcerer, if you look at the hit dice on this guy, he's only HD 14. We've been confusing things that were 15 to 18 in Slime when we went there. So, with regards to all that, I can just use needles to clear out all my problems in here. The only thing that I can't clear out with needles is dancing weapons. Large shield does not have a brand on it. We'll stick with the +4 of repulsion, which is it's not really our missile or anything, since that can't happen. Map of fire. We're gonna try to kill this guy while he's still behind the. Uh-oh. All right, a lot of damage potential here. 120 damage potential. Lightning Rod saves the day, though. Figured I'd go for the guaranteed damage. No need to use needles if they're already that hurt. Okay, yeah, throwing works really nicely against animated weapons at this point, so no problem there. Hey, acquirement. Teleport, fear, fog, enchant armor, magic mapping. It's a shame we can't afford teleport, or excuse me, can't afford acquirement. I guess we can't afford any of that stuff, but once we finish the once we finish the treasure trove in here, well, the treasure vault, we're going to have plenty of gold, so no problem really. And we are collecting some in here. Okay. I may acquire armor, actually. I should probably train some armor so it doesn't try to give me some robes. Did I just make a mistake? Nope. I thought I was immune to paralyzed, but I should have checked. I am, apparently. You gotta be kidding me with this. It's too much stuff. Wow, so much, so many shops in here. Why don't we kill this guy first, so I'm not surrounded. Alright, please, stop giving me needles of sleeping. I guess I should go check and see what's going on with needles in here. That's why it was highlighted. Taking a look at my items real quick. Still got this manual of shields. And we got some enchant weapon. This blowgun is slowly leveling up. Wow, look at that. I guess I'm glad I left. Can't even really emulate most of that stuff. This petrification doesn't much matter with the petrified dude next to me there. We will use up the manual. I'll probably get like 1 point of shields from that, I think. At least I hope so. Use Ice Blast as a matter of convenience against those guys. Magic resistance? Nope. Invisibility. We'll take repulsion over that. I like being super immune to ranged attacks with repulsion plus large shield. Well, not immune, but something close to it. open this up. Just pull this stuff over here. Okay, shields is up to 16. Train armor up to 8. We'll end up in dragon armor before too long, so it's not like it's a waste. This is a little too much, so we're teleporting. Remember, my defenses are terrible. Distortion. Alright, that's a floor. Suppose I could buy that wizard robe at this point, or the jeweled short bow. But I think I want to save up for acquirement. Let's see what the median, or rather the mean, gold acquirement is. It's above what I'd be paying for it. So I am tempted to just get that and then acquire gold. Let's see how much gold we get here. It'll be useful for when I end up swapping to Zen. Well, there's another pro magic ring. And boy, am I tempted to get it. Because that would free me from the confines of this terrible robe. Can actually wear some fire dragon scales or something. But let's finish out number 3 here, elf 3. And I'll make a final decision, you know, after I find out what loot is waiting for me in here. Got him confused, got him large rocked. That is lame how shape-shifting changes the shape of the... It changes the shape, but it also takes off every last bit of, you know... Like if you have them confused, if you have them paralyzed. I guess not paralyzed, they can't shape-shift then. Or can they? I don't know. Well, it's nice that he's not summoning things. Those confuses didn't last very long. Nice. Nice. I can just confuse these things, although I don't want to do it if I see them wearing a nice piece of armor or something like that. Alright, Blade Master is frenzied and killing, well, less things than I had hoped. That water there probably had him standing around, you know, trying to get at something that he just can't reach. Quite a few things here. Frenzy doesn't work. I'm gonna actually use finesse there so I can Alright. Quite a few more things than I was expecting in this final little vault. And again, we didn't make too much noise on the way in here, so it's not that surprising. Okay, no interesting artifacts, unfortunately. However, we found a ring of MR+, so that's one option. Hmm. Oops. Okay, first of all, why don't we go ahead and drop the regular needles? Anyway, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what is in here? Storm Dragon Scales. So Ancient Liches have 11% chance to paralyze. If I pop on this RM with the ring, it's now 1%, which will go away as I level up. So it's looking like, yeah, we're going to wear Storm Dragon Scales. That gives me our leg. I'm happy with that. So now it's +8 Storm Dragon Scales. Let's compare defenses. 6 AC, 13 EV, 22 AC, 9 EV. It's quite an upgrade, wouldn't you say? I don't need gold right now. Let's just, you know what? Let's get jewelry. Whoa! MR+++, but we have corrode. But it has our poise as well. I think I'm gonna wear it. I really hate wearing corrode, but it's hard for me to pass up 2 resistances and a maximal amount of MR. I'm sure I'm making a mistake here. Maybe not. I mean, probably not. I just very, very much undervalue, or I treat Star Corrode as a very, very bad thing, so just a personal preference. Let's go to vaults. So this will be Orc, Elf, and Vaults. We should be able to finish all of Vaults. Not going to be taking too many hits anyway. Hopefully. So not a lot of chances for the Star Corrode to kick in. By the way, I have forgotten to drink a potion of mutation. Oh, we're not going to be frail. Clarity, huh? Even if this, well, I've got the rugged scales that, I've got level 2 of the rugged scales, that's curious. Clarity. I don't really care about clarity at this point, unless I were to find bloodlust. I'm drinking another one. Wow. Wow. That's fun stuff. Alright, I'll take this. And we got cold resistance. Sweet. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, robust on an ogre is just unnecessarily good. Let's try to avoid losing these good mutations. Even have some extra AC from them. Okay, down we go. Remember, we've got a few potions of resistance too, so the lack of our core, well, it wasn't a problem in slime. I don't think it's going to be a problem anywhere else in the game. I guess maybe if I get the acid blob floor and Zot, but I seriously doubt it's going to be an issue. Well, there's magic resistance. So I'll just keep that. I'll just keep that in mind for the future, I suppose. But right now we're so stacked up with this ring that it's just not really necessary. But there may come a time when I want to take this thing off. Look at that, artifacts I can't wear. I think that's normal gloves, but that's definitely an artifact plate. Oh hey, you know what I should do? I should memorize passage real fast. I mean, if we're going to be doing if we're going to be doing Volts 5, this should be enough experience to get Hog online. Considering the fact that I have wizardry, shouldn't take long at all. Portal projectile is available. I should get that as well, come to think of it. Crap. Let's go memorize portal projectile. I don't like to take these walks back and forth, but sometimes I forget. Kills my piety a bit, but I think Oko will understand. With my Faith Ammy, I'm pretty sure everything's going to be fine. Buy one of these box of beasts. I'll mark the other one down for purchase as well. I don't quite have the gold for it yet. Synv would be nice to have here. Portal projectile already down to 26. Passage down to 50%. That Lord's Shield of Reflection we may end up wearing. Possibly. If I keep finding enchant armors over and over and over again, you better believe it. Alright, down we go. Final floor before Vaults 5. There we go. Lamp of fire. I'm gonna clear this stuff out. Just kind of tabbing this stuff. Oh, better slow down. It's Jory. I'll clone him real fast. I guess I'll finesse. Gosh, this is a lot of stuff. I wish I had Immolation again. How many clouds this stuff actually? Could get LCS'd at any moment. I'll just tab with large rocks. Clouds here. We've fought for so long that I ran out of large rocks and finesse. Okay, passage down to 9%. That'll do. It's an interestingly powerful little pack there that we had to take out with Jory, you know, Jory's group, I suppose you would call it, but it looks like we've Looks like this is actually a vault of some sort. Let's turn off brand weapon. We're not going to need that. Well, that's the floor. Portal projectile down to 9%. I guess I'm going to take hexes and translocations up a little more, just for the future. For P-Proj by itself is worth doing it. Anyway, let's go down. We're gonna try to do the stair dancing thing I usually do. Blink, blink. Just look for a hallway. Are there literally no hallways on this floor? Wow. Oh, here's one way over here. I guess it's not really... You know what? It's not necessary. It's not necessary for me to pull this stuff all the way over there. I can just tab. My defenses are too good to die to these things. However, we'll go down here because this is much closer. Okay, we'll pull this stuff. Isn't that better? Cool. Nice. Didn't have too much trouble with constriction, although we really shouldn't, considering our massive strength. Sometimes the game screws you anyway, though. Look at that hit point total here, and I'm only level 24. Thank you, robust plus rugged brown scales. That's hilarious. This is making a bit of noise. More than I'd like. A lot of smiting. Let's take the hatch. Nice, it's a good one. That Frenzied Deep Troll is tearing up stuff. Take a step, finesse. Okay, he can't. Okay, never mind. I was getting a little worried because I thought he could paralyze me. I was thinking I was going to have to use... Wow, do I not have Blink? Wow, I do not actually have any Blink scrolls. I just assumed I did, but apparently not. Well, that's good to keep in mind. We should be able to kill this guy with... You know, turns out we just one-shot him with a large rock. Finesse not necessary. That's pretty cool. Meanwhile, we can't land a hit on this Tinker Reaver. Alright, in we go. I took a step too many. Let's make a Field of Floods. Let's finesse. Oh man, he's invisible. Which one has the invisible spell? This one, Bolt of Cold. Okay, nothing too terrible. Greater Demon, it's not so good. You know what? I'll do this. If he's in a cloud, I think it takes away some of his invisibility evasion. Jeez. There we go. I gotta say, that is a lot of Ancient Liches for Vaults 5. You don't usually see... Well, you don't usually see any, but you can. But it's rare for me to see more than one, in my experience. And here we've got 3, so I'll finesse again. Now, I don't need to be too worried about Ancient Liches because, at the very least, they are going to have a hard time LCSing me thanks to my shield and repel missiles. But that doesn't mean that I should just pretend like I can do whatever I want. Darn. Wow. None of my needles want to work. So I went through the trouble of memorizing Pog, and I haven't really had to use it. That happens sometimes. Okay. An artifact giant club. Neither of these artifact weapons we've just found are terribly interesting, though, for this character. Don't get me wrong, I would wear a melee weapon which provided the right bonuses. As it stands, I'd rather just keep my blowgun on all the time, so I can immediately fire Frenzy or Paralysis or, you know, whatever. Where do I want pass wall? Whatever, A is fine. I memorize spells occasionally, just on the weird off chance that they might somehow save me, like pass wall. It's a very good spell to have, but I'm under no illusions about the fact that it's, you know, this is probably not going to come into play. You probably have seen me memorizing things like that and then never using them, if you've watched any of my previous videos. Haste, that's good to have. Mutation. Cancellation. Okay, we officially have 4 runes. Blowgun is +9. We'll get some magic mapping, we'll get more immolation. Alright, that's the clear. Okay, so we didn't find anything hugely useful in here, but we got experience and we got the runes, so I'm pretty happy with it. We also got a ton more ammo. I mean, look at the 72 large rocks. I mean, we're set for the rest of the game as far as ammo goes, easily. It's just a matter of, yeah, now it's just a matter of abandoning Ogre. We'll get fighting to 27 before I start training invocations more. Let's get these scrolls of vulnerability. We can still use this 44 paralysis to great effect and 75 enslavement. Those are useful things even at 6 evocations. Okay, we are now worshipping Zen. I could go into crypts, I guess, instead of depths. And you know what? I'm just going to park the character here and think about it a little bit in between videos. Normally I don't like to go into crypts while I'm under Wrath because I could get, you know, I could get slammed with, I could get slammed with a particularly bad Wrath and no way to dig out. But we've got Blink and we've got Pog, so that's pretty unlikely. We don't have Sea Blink, but even so, I think we'd probably be okay. I guess we'll find out. So, until then, I am signing out.